Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. It's 351 AD and the Eastern Roman Empire, led by Constantius II, is going to war with the West. It's a Roman civil war led by Magnentius. The Western Roman Empire marches eastwards and the two armies clash in Dalmatia at a place called Mursa Major. And this is the Battle of Mursa Major, and it is quite a famous battle in Roman history. It is probably one of the last grand confrontations between two Roman armies for quite a while. I mean, it's 80,000 Eastern Roman Empire troops against 30,000 Western Roman Empire, and yeah, it is a nasty battle. I mean, thousands of Romans die, and it is, well, one of the bloodiest battles ever. And the Roman Empire never recovers. Their infantry, well, their entire army, not just their infantry, are all, well, they're wiped out. Like a whole soldier class is just wiped out, and yeah, they cannot repel the barbarian invasions after this battle. So that's why historians see this battle as such a turning point in Roman history, and the Roman Empire never recovers. But yeah, so in history, the Eastern Roman Empire wins. Magnentius is, defeated. He actually retreats pretty early from the battle. He sees his army sort of get charged by cavalry, and he retreats to Italy and then to Gaul. Constantius then takes another year to chase him down and destroy him after this battle. But yeah, so I mean, the only difference between the two armies, I mean, is that the West has a lot more elite infantry. It has Herculani swords and elite Palatina, etc. And the East has a lot more cavalry, as it is, well, designed to be facing the Parthians, along with, obviously all the other Eastern factions out there. So yeah, you can see lots of cataphracts, a lot of, what else have we got here? We've got a guard cavalry, exuperatories, cavalry guard. But yes, this is vanilla Attila. So obviously not a lot of people enjoy seeing vanilla Attila, but it's nice to have something a bit different on the channel. And you can see here we've got the armored Sagittari now starting to focus down some of the Western troops over here. It looks like we've got some normal Sagittari over here. That is another thing that the East kind of benefits from, is that it has better missile troops, again, because it is fighting factions that more favor missiles, so they have to kind of counter that themselves by having better missile units. So I mean, it is going to be an interesting confrontation. You can see here there's going to be a huge cavalry battle that is going to take place on this left flank here. The West really gathering what cavalry they have together to face this huge onslaught here of Eastern cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And if you do enjoy this battle, then do not forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And I hope you guys do enjoy the content, and I do appreciate all your support as always. As you can see here, we have some feudatory. I've definitely butchered that name. I've forgotten how you say it. It's the auxiliary spears. Basically, Foederati, or however you say it. I can't even remember how you say it. And someone will definitely tell me in the comments. Basically, they are the auxiliary troops of the later Roman empires. They're made up of barbarian troops, etc. And these ones are silver chevron. These are supposed to represent the Saxon troops that basically stood long after everyone else retreated, when the emperor had already fled. The Saxons decided to stand and fight, and we've got some more here. I mean, we've not got more here. This is the elite troops. We have some of the elite spears coming up. Then we have the Herculani and the elite Palatina in behind. These guys looking nasty. They're going to really punch a hole through this line here when it comes to happening. And you can see they're starting to come forward. It looks like we're going to have a first clash here between the East and the West. And the cavalry's going in as well, as you can see. Oh, no, it's not. It did a little bit of a feint. Just decided, no, wasn't happening. These troops look awesome. I do love how the troops look, and they're going to throw javies. It looks like they're going to form some sort of a shield wall, like a test judo probably. And loads of javelins coming in, loads of darts as well. Oh god, this is nasty. And here they go. They're going to charge in. Herculani swords against Legio. There'll only be one winner here. Yeah, Herculani swords will probably win this. I mean, they're elite Palatina, not Herculani. I think the Herculani are further back. Yeah, they're back there. Herculani Signoris look very different, I believe. Yeah, they've got more gold armor going on. These guys are nasty. But yeah, you can see there's already a gap forming in the lines here between the front lines. And the best troops for the Eastern Roman Empire, these guys here, these Eastern Armored Legio, these guys are pretty nasty as well. They'll hold the line for quite a while. They're probably a fairly good match to the Herculani and stuff like that, but it's quite interesting that you can see that they're not even fighting each other. The two elite armies have decided not to fight each other and to kind of avoid each other. Try and get some, not easy kills, but just trying to like get a bit of a foothold, get some sort of a battle getting on between them. And you can see the cavalry over here has got a really good charge from the west. They went downhill, charged into all this cataphracts down here. You've got the east and the west cataphracts facing each other right now. And you can see purple versus red and gold, or red and yellow probably more like. But yeah, there's loads of like Ballistari over here, loads of horse archers as well, just focusing stuff down, trying to get some easy kills. We've got Scole Palatina here. These guys are pretty nasty. We'll see how they do in combat. As in they go, and you'll see the east like in their like all silver armor against the gold of the west. Who will win? It's so sad to see the Romans fight each other, but it does happen. And you can see the front line here is crumbling. The elite army of the west is actually breaking through really early on. We've got axes being thrown in. I think that's by the shock infantry here. Yeah, they've got the east has some shock infantry. They have these Hetera guards, which like go on to become like the Varangian guard. And as you can see, they're going in to combat here, and they're going to chop some of these guys down and take as many Herculani swords with them as possible. They're not even Herculani swords. They're elite Palatina. I keep getting the names mixed up. Shows how much I watch. Well, like play normal Attila. I'm going to get a good charge here. This is going to be a nasty charge by this general here, this Comes, into the Herculani swords. I do apologize if that was just slightly laggy. There's like a lot of troops on the battlefield. I think there's like 20,000 men or something like that on the battlefield. It's something ridiculous. But yeah, over on this far side, we're going to go to slow-mo for a little bit, try and see what's going on. As you can see, we've got a lot of just frontline fighting going on. We've got like the Protectores Domestici. Domestic. Basically, they protect the homeland. These guys here in the black with the black shields, they look awesome, and they're facing I think they're facing down Legio and also Protectores Domestici. So they're facing like the west and the east, like variants are facing each other. So that's cool. There's more of them here fighting their way. And we've got pikes in here as well for the east. Those pikes do a really good job. They'll hold back these infantry for a while. The left is like not really engaged yet. Well, left for the east, right for the west. It's hardly engaged. They're just about to clash now. As you can see, these Legio are losing out in this fight here. So this is interesting to see what will happen here. You can see the banners and the east and the west clashing. Men just jumping up, trying to get that extra little bit of high advantage. It's like, yes, I will be taller than you. And what we've got here, we've got Lanciari Signoris, some good spears. Lots of Lanciaris over here. We've got more cavalry here, Clibinari. These guys are pretty nasty. They'll do some decent damage to these Foederati. And what we've got here, more Equites, Promoti, and what we've got here, Equites. Lots of Equites, it would seem. These guys are okay, but they're pretty light. Obviously, they put like the real power of their cavalry on the left flank, it would seem. And they're having quite a lot of joy against like the cavalry of the east, which is supposed to like overwhelm, really. Like with the what powerful cavalry they have. They've not even like used it very well. Like you can see already the cataphracts routing. I mean, they've got generals in here already getting themselves at a bit of a risk. And now we've got a general behind the enemy lines here for the west. This needs to be careful. We'll put it back to normal speed for a bit. And you can see there is a general for, there's a Magister Militum here. And then we've also got another general here. And they're just going to try and pin this one down. It's not a bad idea. They might take him out, but then they've got to be careful that they don't like get killed themselves. And there you go, he's just been killed. I think that's just him dying there, so that's a shame. And as you can see, we have a whole load of stuff going on. And like I said, I do apologize that it is ever so slightly laggy. We have a lot of troops. Yeah, it's like it was 22,000 to start with, and now it's gone down. And then we've got Allied General dying. I think that's the same general that's just died here. Yeah, as you can see, this Comes here has just died. He needs to be very careful. I mean, over here we've got cavalry that's doing okay in combat against infantry with huge axes. Shock infantry should do like work to cavalry, but apparently not today. These Hetera guards just got absolutely minced, and these Equites are just mopping them up. We've got cavalry over here that's doing just, these horse archers here are doing some nasty work, so that's good to see.
Enemy forces have struck our general.
And there's another general dead. That is another general has died, and the Magister Militum has got out of there, but he is very much dead. And now all there is around here, that this flank that the Western Roman Empire can get, it's just missile troops here. This is a nice soft underbelly. There is some troops coming across. What we've got here, we've got Eastern Auxilia Palatina coming across. These guys are pretty damn elite. They all do their best. They're going to go into the combat here against some Protectores Domestici. We're trying to take out some Javis, but I mean the spears are going to save the Javis just about. Okay guys, so we are back, and yeah, I was just basically trying to see whether I could get it to be ever so slightly less laggy. I've tried a few times trying to reload it, and it's a little better than it was before, but yeah, it's still a little bit, like, obviously a little bit slow, but that's just something that we're gonna have to live with, unfortunately. But as you can see, we are basically back at the point that I left it at, and yeah, it's not looking so great for the east. There's like center is well, it's starting to lose, it's starting to crumble. All these like Attila guard here that like went in so early on have basically started mincing units and now starting to lose, especially with the loss of a general. And well, loss of 2 generals in fact for the east. The west have lost 1 at this point. The cavalry fight is starting to turn in favor of the east. They are starting to win this. They had a very hard start, but they are starting to win this over here. Even if, I mean, we still got some Scholae Palatina here, still doing quite well. I mean, they've just broken this cataphracti, and there's another like cataphracti here just about to like be broken, but they have freed up cavalry units now, and they're able to start to go after other units. You've got 2 generals over here. Look at this, 2 generals. I mean, this is against the Comes. One Eastern general against 2 Western. Be interesting to see who wins this. I mean, this general's going to hold out for a while until all the horse archers appear. There is a lot of horse archers over there. You can see they're starting to break off one of the units to go and deal with, with the horse archers. Whether they'll catch him, I do not know. But over on this left-hand side, it looks like, I mean, it looks like the East are having a lot more luck. The West are a lot more stretched out. They have so much stuff focused in the center, trying to break through, and it's going to end up like being a bit of a swivel battle. I feel like the you can see here on the mini map, like the left for the West is going to punch around, while the left for the East is going to also punch through, and you're going to like sort of see the lines like sort of reform, so you can have like the 2 lines facing off against each other, but like in a different way than they were at the beginning of the battle, if you get what I mean. And you see here we've got a huge cavalry fight going on. This cavalry fight will again help determine the fight on the left-hand side for the East, the right for the West. It'll be interesting to see who can win this. I mean, it looks like the cavalry, like this, they've got Clibonari and they've got all sorts in here, cataphracti against Equites. So they're probably not going to have a very good chance, but there's always hope. I mean, they've just broken, oh, that's more Eastern stuff broken here. They've just broken the cavalry here. That's not a good sign, and now they're going to be able to get in behind. There is infantry here that is instantly starting to lose. As soon as there's like a volley went off, they got shot in the back, they went instantly to losing. But they are actually winning once they are just left on their own to do their business. So that's good. There's a sword unit here that really needs to break through and do some work. It needs to go around here, do some stuff. There it goes. It's going in actually this way, and you can see that it's going to be doing some stuff. We're going to slow-mo again. We'll go down the line and just watch as the infantry engage. It's insane as this fight here. You can see a little more Palatina fighting it out, for both East and West. They're fighting for their emperor, who they believe is the true emperor. Even though Constantius would say that Magnentius is a usurper. I mean, he did murder, I'm pretty sure he did murder Constantius' brother, who was put on the throne of the West. So I guess Constantius believes it's in his birthright to take it back, which it probably is. I mean, this battle is, yeah, there's like actually not a lot written about this battle, but it is quite a key battle in history, which is kind of surprising that like it's got so little written about it. The Western Auxilia Palatina, one of the best units for the Western Roman Empire. It's believed like these guys are really cheap. Like certainly in campaign, you can spam these guys out and they'll hold the line for a really long time. So they're like regarded as one of the best units that the West can bring once you can get them. Facing off against some Eastern Armored Legio, which are some of the best units that the East have here today. As I've already mentioned, they should hold for a little while. I mean, they're supported by Palatina, but how long that will last, I do not know. You can see here the center is starting to break, which is a real concern for the East. Sorry, the West are breaking through here. This is Legio Constantius breaking through. What we've got here, more Legio Constantius, and you can see just units getting picked off and surrounded. I mean, these are not great. These spears aren't that great, but again, surrounding these Eastern Armored Legio, they're going to just do fine. They're going to be just fine. And these Eastern Armored Legio are just going to be absolutely beaten now. And then now into the archer lines back here. I mean, these Armored Secretari might be able to hold for a little while, but not against the full unit of Legio, which is basically what it is. The cavalry over here is just about arriving. It's going to be really close what happens here. I mean, we're seeing like just units hold on with like the skin of their teeth. These like Palatina, these Auxilia Palatina just holding on just about. It is ridiculous. elite Palatina here for the west with their swords and shields. I love that like white, black, and red like pattern they've got going on. Looks amazing. I also like the shields for the east as well. I think that both factions just look great. I think like, I mean, it's probably because I've not played it so often, but I think they do look great. I mean, a lot of people like hate how the units look in Attila, but I think that's just because they don't appreciate how good like late period units look in this time period. I think they like some of them look really good. I mean, some of them I think aren't great. Certainly like the Sassanids, but I think the Romans are one of the few factions that they've got really, really good. They look how I'd imagine a late period Roman Empire, like Roman Imperial army would look like. And I think they look just amazing. Look just amazing. So yeah, there we go. The spears. Gotta just mop up these Feudatorii spears. Feudorati, I don't know how you say it. And like I said, I'm probably gonna get told in the comments. Someone will be like, "No, Pope, you're saying it so wrong." And I'm like, "Yes, when am I never saying a name wrong in a replay?" But that's just how it goes. Surprisingly, these noble Feudorati javelin men here are winning their fight. How are they winning their fight against these Legio? I have no idea. And for some reason we've just lost like all the battle sounds for some reason, but we move on. We move on. And then yeah, I mean look at this, these Protectores Domestici just about holding. These guys have done such a good job, and you can see now that, well, the left is just about to envelop the right of the west. It's such a huge point now in the battle. And it just depends on like whether the east can quickly mop up, not the east, the west can quickly mop up over here. But the east is starting to have a bit of a resurgence after having such a poor start on this right hand side. They have just about clung on with like Legio here. Like look at the size of these units, they're still breaking as well. These guys have lost like 2 generals on the side and they've just about clung on. And yeah, this is going to be a brutal one. Real shame that the audio's just gone for some random reason, but there we go. I mean, yeah, they're just about to hold on, and the men have given up. Where are they giving up? Over here. Oh yeah, it's just like all the Sagittari that just keep breaking. That's no surprise. There is like literally nothing left for the missiles complement of the army here, and they're just about to break. More Herculani Signoris here. That's a lot of them breaking. That was a pretty big unit. There's 93 Legio that just broke, getting focused down here by horse archers. That is insane. But yeah, so I mean, look at that. These horse archers have probably got like a lot of kills. You can see even more horse archers. We realized that these guys are actually quite good in combat. So we sent them into combat, and yeah, they're actually doing some really, really good work. So yeah, they're chopping down Sagittari right now. I mean, obviously they're going to kill like these guys quite well, but they're actually quite good like rear charging like spears and swords, just like any cavalry kind of is. But there you go. I mean, the battle is kind of over. It's really close. I mean, there's still 1,200 Western troops left. If they can kill a general, they have some luck here. I mean, there is a general breaking over there actually. He's just broken. I don't know if he'll return. Yeah, he's just returned now. And there's another like general here that's winning in this fight. These guys are nasty, these Manchester Militum. But yeah, it's about 1,200 versus 3,000. It's been really close to the entire thing. And I think like the West had a lot of chances that they could have destroyed this right if they'd just been a little bit more decisive. Like, for instance, those areas where they could have probably possibly pulled out Cav, like here. But when they like had infantry involved. And they certainly could have surrounded. Like, they got really insistent on like surrounding or taking out archers when they could have surrounded infantry, and certainly destroyed this right flank, like resistance for infantry. And yeah, here we go. We've got like the final few units holding out here. We've got some Legio Constantius against some Numenori, I'm pretty sure, for the east, and they're still winning this. These guys are still losing apparently, even though they're fighting like units that are just about to break. And yeah, that is kind of it for the entire thing. So I'm just going to fast forward now and just get through this. Just get through this. And there you go. Really, that's just kind of it. It's just now just a cleanup phase. And I mean, the Pikes have done quite well. I mean, I didn't think they really like influenced the battle too much. They just held the line. I mean, this whole area here just had to hold the line, while the extreme left over here for the east kind of just wrapped round eventually. It took a little, like the fighting side on that side and the left kind of just took a little while to like wake up and just go, oh, we need to do some stuff, otherwise our other half of the army is going to get destroyed. And there you go, it's now marching over to come and support this side. Though there'll be no need because, well, there are the last few units breaking. And I mean, yeah, the numbers, I mean, there's still 3,000 Eastern troops left, but they are absolutely devastated. I mean, it could have gone either way, like multiple opportunities, I thought. And yeah, I mean, well played by all the players. They've all done very, very well. And it certainly was a really epic battle on this really weird hill. So we'll just end the replay and have a look at the end results as we look at this Pyrrhic victory here. So yes, I was playing as the Eastern Roman Empire. I was playing as the army with all the Eastern Armored Legio in it. So I mean, you can see here these Magister Militum, my general, getting 211 kills before he died. My Eastern Auxilia Palatina getting 280, did quite well for a spear unit. Actually better than any of my swords, which only got 176, the best ones. My Hetera Guards here getting 312, that's insane. Another one getting 172. Archers getting 117. My Cataphracts not doing so well, but my Horse Archers 646 kills. I mean, they ran down a lot of archers, but still, that's some good kills. So yeah, they did quite well. And then we've got Mythic here, who's playing as the Eastern Roman Empire as well. He was playing as sort of like one of the other center army, who was like on the left center. His Lanciari Signori's doing okay, getting 84 kills. His general also died, he got 195 kills with him before he bit the dust. And then his Palatina getting 110, which is not too shabby. His Protectoris Domestici 129. His Numenori getting 190. His Archers getting 91. His Levies Armaturiae getting 110. And his Horse Archers getting 169. So not too bad again for them. And then you've got Sachex here, who's playing as the Eastern Roman Empire. His Lanciari Signores, he was on the left flank. I should just say Sachex was on the left flank. He's like enveloped the west right. And we've got the Lanciari Signores here with 111 kills. So they didn't do too bad. The Pikes getting 196 was actually really good. So they did clearly do quite a bit of damage. But I mean, his Legio here also did quite well. 156, 168. They did quite well. And his Archers getting 159. And then his not his Cataphracts, but his Clibonari getting 207. And his Tam Mater Cavalry getting 87, sorry, and 244. Then we've got the real Alex Albon, who was playing as the other Eastern Roman Empire. He was on the right-hand side to my right. And yeah, he had a really hard time. His cavalry was in combat for the entire thing. Like, his cavalry just got absolutely minced by the Wests. His cavalry here getting 109 kills. I think the best one, this guard cavalry here. And then his Hetera Guards getting 320, which is really good. His Comestiensis getting 178. And his Legio just got instantly evaporated by the better Western infantry. And then we've got Drunk Norwegian here, who's playing as one of the Western armies. His general getting 116 kills before he died. His Foderati Spears getting 138. His Legio did quite well, getting 154. His Protectoris Domestici didn't get that many kills. His Archers didn't do that great. But his Cavalry did quite well, getting 136, so that's not too bad. Then we have Aiden, who was playing as the Western Roman Empire. He got 193 kills with his Cornuti Signores. These are really elite spears. This is the really elite army that basically annihilated the right flank for the East. And you got Eastern Palatina here, get 191, 414 kills. Wow. Then we've got Herculani Signores, 251. His Cav getting not that many kills, but they were kind of just fighting Cav for the entire time. So you don't get many kills when you're fighting other Cav. But yeah, 62. And his Cataphracti getting 175, which is not too shabby. Then we have Crazy Spartan, who was playing as one of the other Western Roman Empire armies. I think he was in the center, getting 120 kills with his Foderati. His Western Auxilia Palatina getting 55. His Legio getting 66 kills. His Comestiensis getting 153. And his Cavalry getting 55 kills. So not too bad there. And then we have Anzac, who's on the right flank. His Foderati getting 57 kills, even with those nasty silver chevrons. Those Saxon troops couldn't hold on. His Palatina getting 48 kills. Then his Legio getting 41. His Protectors Domestici getting 99. His Javis did quite well, getting 114 and 112, and his cavalry just got out-muscled on the left flank by Sachex's. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Battle of Mursa Major. It did indeed go like history. Constantius II will march on to Rome, claim the empire for himself, and control both East and West together. So, like I said, feel free to leave some support if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, Legionnaires, bye.